Greetings to all. Myself Ram Prasad, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science Engineering at Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to discuss about the topic cloud service model in virtualization and cloud computing. And this is the outline of the topic today we are going to discuss, and what is meant by cloud computing and what are all the categories of service model, that's an software as a service, platform as a service and infrastructure as a service, and what are all the deployment techniques used in the cloud computing, that is an private cloud, public cloud and hybrid cloud. Next, what is meant by cloud computing? A cloud computing is an on-demand delivery of services from which we can use as a server, storage, database, networking and software as a service, and rather than keeping a file on the hard drive or on local storage, it's an cloud based storage. It makes to possible to store the data remotely. From that we can easily access the data anywhere in the world. So the cloud computing gives us a business for more flexibility, so that we can easily quickly access the scaled resources and using and storage to meet the business demands without investing any physical infrastructure for the server or on hardwares or any other databases. We do not need to pay for it. And these are the categories of cloud services model. First, the cloud computing is fully based on service models. From this service model, there are categorized into three types. First one is software as a service, second one is platform as a service, and third one is infrastructure as a service. First, a cloud client, it can be an web browser or mobile application. In anything, we can access a cloud client as using a web browser. From this, we can access a software as a services using a CRM, that's a customer relationship management softwares, or any office suites like for word processing, spreadsheets and email, etc. And even for gaming we can access an software as an application as a services without any investing in hardware. From the platform also and the infrastructure, both the application and deployment for all the tools in a remote access. First, infrastructure as a service means it's an protected data center from which the data center allows all the customers to access the raw computing resources, like it can be a processor or data storage and even a networking components. We can access all these raw computing resources as a services from which the multi-cloud infrastructure is implemented. From this, all these service providers will access and then send to the application client. It can be an end user. From that we can access all the infrastructure from this remote service. As a infrastructure as a service, a cloud computing, we can access and server, storage, networks and operating systems. The customer can access these resources over a cloud computing platform, that is an internet on demand of services. And even in IaaS, it can using a complete resources by purchasing all the servers and softwares and even a data center for all the networking components. And it is previously it is called as an hardware as a service. Even it's an cloud computing is an platform based model. And how the IaaS service works, all these IaaS users are connect over and across an wide area network over an internet. From that, cloud service providers will completely have an application stack. In that we can access from an site admin also for customer office users. Even an hardware it has an hypervisors, storage and all the networking components. All these data are connected over an internet, and these are all the top IaaS providers like Linode, Hostwings, Microsoft Azure, Alibaba Cloud and DigitalOcean. And next, platform as a services, it's aimed as a software development team which includes all the developing platform layers, which includes an web servers, web architecture client for all the database management, and even an software development for SDK also for variety of programming languages where they are hosting for security and software database. All these access can be using a platform as a service, and mainly the platform is generated for these programmer to create and test and run and manage these applications in a web hosting. A developer can easily write the applications and deploy directly in a platform as a service. The best example is an Google App Engine, Windows, Azure, even and Salesforce are providing as a platform to the service for all the end users. And how the PaaS works, it does not replace an organization in complete infrastructure, because it made possible to host the infrastructure on the cloud service providers, from which the developers can have an IDE, from that the data security, backup, and even an application hosting. All the scalable infrastructure has been accessed for offering these services, and even an business apps for using a business user. And these are the top platform service providers like Red Hat, Elastic Beanstalk, and Salesforce, even an IBM. And third one is an software as a service. It's an purely customer relationship management, marketing automation, invoice for data analytics, email marketing, all these business analytics for just, it's an application service level layers, and it's an on-demand software. It's a distributed model, and this model, the application can be hosted in a cloud service provider and publish these to the customers over an internet. From that, customer can easily access these data to the users. The user can access through a thin client server using an web browsers and CRM and office suites, email, gaming. These are the basic applications of a software as a service, and the company is provided by Google's, Microsoft, and their applications to the end user. And how IaaS server like an SAS server works means, these services are commonly used as a single instance of the applications. Even these applications can run on the host servers, and each service as a distributor and subscribe a client or a cloud tenant. And these are the top providers of SAS: Adobe, SAP, and Google Cloud, Freshworks, and Atlassian. And using a cloud computing service model, for software as a service, business user consumers can access an email, business process industries like CRM, ERP, and HR management applications, and platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. Mainly it's used for an technical IT communities, even where they can access using a middleware architecture and using a deployment tools. For infrastructure as a service, they can access these servers, storage, and networking components, even and data centers. And the key benefit for IaaS is, first one is scalability and cost time savings and its flexibility. And the main challenges is integration and security, and even staff training is main challenges in IaaS. For platform as a service, the main benefit is speed. Second one is customization. We can easily customize all these applications to the end users, and flexibility. And the main challenges is integrating all these components to the end users, and compatibility and controls. And for software as a services, it includes all the inclusive software materials like server, storage, and applications. We can easily access for cost efficient and easily accessible for the end users. And main challenges is customization, interoperability, and control for the end user. And next one is cloud deployment model, because there are three major cloud deployment model in cloud computing. First one is public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. First, what is public cloud? Public cloud is open to all the stores and access information via internet as a pay per usage model. So, for best example for public cloud is Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, that is Amazon EC2, and IBM Smart Cloud Enterprise, Google App Engine, Microsoft Azure Service Platform. And second one is a private cloud. A private cloud is also known as an internal cloud or as a corporate cloud, because it is used inside the organization to build and manage their own data center internally by using third parties. It can be deployed using an open source tools such as OpenStack and Euclidus Cloud. The main examples are VMware, vSphere, and OpenStack, Microsoft Azure Stack, Oracle Cloud at the customer based, and even an IBM Cloud Private. And third one is hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is a combination of both public cloud and private cloud. And the best example is Google Application Suite, even an Gmail, Google Apps, and even a Google Drive is a best example for hybrid cloud. And Office 365 like MS Office and web based, even an OneDrive application is a best example, and Amazon Web Services. And in private clouds, these are the three main types of private cloud. First one is on premises private cloud, second one is hosted private cloud, and third one is virtual private cloud. And in on premises, it can, the organization data structure within the company, that organization will provide their own private cloud to the other organization. Hosted private cloud, it has an stackless data center. That data center will send nodes to the each the organization. From that they have an individual private cloud for that particular organization A, B and C. These clouds are hosted in the private cloud. And third one is an virtual private cloud, that is an VPC. The VPC, the organization has their own virtual private cloud. From that they share their private cloud to their own organization as an A, B and C. And these are the three types of private clouds used in the real world. Thank you.